Storm Tracker weather starts now with meteorologist Joey Bianconi.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this cloudy and dreary morning across western Montana. Some moisture moving into the state right now. We're going to see some rain, some snow squalls here in Helena later on this morning and into the early afternoon hours. Right now we are dry, 35 degrees, 78% humidity. It's a lot. There's a lot more water in the air than there was yesterday and the day before. It was very dry out here in Helena. You may have noticed that. There's the moon in Great Falls right now. You were going to be seeing a lunar eclipse later on tonight and into tomorrow morning. Well, at least most of the United States is. Maybe not most of Montana, as that cold front's going to come through and bring a lot of cloud cover and more rain and snow. 46 degrees in Great Falls. That south wind's really warming us up this morning. Across the states, most of us into the 30s and 40s, a warmer morning than what we had yesterday. Later on today, unfortunately, really not going to get that much warmer. We'll be into the low 50s in Helena, and then that cold front blasts through around noon to 1 o'clock, and then we'll be in the 40s for the rest of the day until tonight when we drop down into the 30s. Great Falls, a little bit of a different story here. That cold front's going to come through, but we'll continue to warm as we'll have a southwest to west wind component here. So we're really not going to get that much cooler, at least today. Here's the wind right now. Very light across much of the state, but that's going to change later on in a few hours when this cold front starts to come through around noon to 1 o'clock here in Helena and Great Falls. Anywhere along this front, we could have gusts of maybe 30 to 40 miles an hour. And this front's going to encompass the entire state here. So a very brief period of some gusty wind, and then that should be it. Here's the radar this morning. Notice eastern Montana dry right now, but we could be looking at some thunderstorms later on this afternoon. Just some snow off near Missoula and into the Bob Marshall Wilderness. Oh, a lightning strike just popping up just to the south and west of Missoula. So we were just talking about thunderstorms. They're possible today across much of the states. We already have our first lightning strike of the morning. Some pretty heavy snow right along the Idaho and Montana border. That is going to continue to make its way eastward over the next couple of hours. Around 10 o'clock, that'll be through Missoula, approaching Butte, Helena, a few rain showers maybe up to the north and west of town. Lincoln could be seeing a rain-snow mix at that point, but notice these darker blues. Those could be some snow squalls, and that will lower visibility for any roadways, especially mountain passes, Rogers Pass, McDonald Pass, even down towards Monida Pass, a winter weather advisory down there. So be careful if you are traveling. Later this afternoon, could be looking at a few isolated thunderstorms along the front and out ahead of the front. It kind of falls apart as it gets into eastern Montana here out into the plains, but still a few thunderstorms showing up on future track. And then by tonight, just a couple of isolated storms left. We'll have some redevelopment of some snow and rain back behind the front, and this is when the lunar eclipse is going to be at its maximum. So unfortunately, a lot of us going to be dealing with cloud cover and snow. Best place to view, probably northwest Montana. So winter weather advisories have been issued for much of southern Montana and the Big Belt Mountains now, just to the east of Helena, for 2 to 4 inches of snow later on tonight. So that is in the redevelopment of that snow back behind the cold front. Here's the forecast for today. A lot of us into the 40s and 50s in western Montana, 60s out in eastern Montana. That's going to give us enough fuel to get those isolated thunderstorms popping. Tomorrow, that moves through much cooler air. For our highs, will be into the 30s and 40s. The weekend, at least the first half of the weekend, looking relatively cool, but another warm day on Sunday ahead of another cold front that's going to bring some more rain and snow to the state just in time for St. Patrick's Day. Might want to bring those holiday cheers indoors.